Hi everybody, it's Tatiana. Okay, we are recording. I am actually recording this for my webcam because I am running late, like I'm supposed to be somewhere now, but I wanted to get this done first. Thankfully, I have a very wonderful friend who's not going to mind if I'm later than late. I am coming today to do a review of The Devourers by Indra Das. I just finished reading this, and this is a debut novel. Pretty much it's a supernatural story that's about wolves, werewolves, so to speak, part wolves, set in India. The synopsis is what really got me hooked, along with the front of this cover. Sorry, you can't see it that well because of the light in my room, but the synopsis as well as this cover really pulled me in, and there were some things that took place in the novel that didn't have to take place the way that they did, which makes me wonder if that was just done for shock value or to make the novel more disgusting than it actually was. And I don't say that, the disgusting part, in a bad way. It's a different take on the werewolf legend, but even with it being different, it's not unpredictable. I was able to kind of discern who the main characters in the story were and what they were going to be to each other pretty early on in the story. That didn't make it that I didn't want to continue reading the story because it is a different take on it. So I wanted to see how the story was going to unfold. It would have been more enjoyable for me to read if it were not for the rape that occurs pretty early on in the story. What the rape or the point of the bringing together of those two characters did, or what the point of it was, could have been accomplished without the rape taking place. And then you have a rape, and then the rape victim who has this Stockholmy situation kind of going on where she's trying to find her rapist, and no, that I didn't enjoy at all. And as I said, the story would have been just fine had they been brought together under consent. It would have been just fine. And that's why I question whether or not the rape actually occurred to make the story or to add to the grotesqueness and disgusting nature of the story and the characters in the story. It's written very well. There are a lot of descriptions that are given when it comes to the makeup of these people in the story. They're gross. They piss and shit everywhere. And their pee apparently is like the most strongest, foulest odor ever. I guess that's what happens when dogs pee and they mark their territory, and why, I don't know. I don't sniff dog piss, so I really wouldn't know. But the way that it's described in this story, it's just really, really disgusting. And it's in depth in a way that I have yet to read in another kind of werewolf story. If this is not bothering you, it's sure as hell bothering me. Let me switch this around. And those descriptions, as well as some of the gore that takes place in the story, is done so well. Like, I get the point of what Das was attempting to do with the story. I get it. I just don't understand why it needed to be or had to be done with the whole rape, and I'm gonna go find my rapist because I want him to take it back. That's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But take that element out of the story, and it's an enjoyable story. That really kind of tainted my view over the entire story of the rape victim and her point or purpose, and how she gets to the point where she gets in as the story progresses. There's this whole issue that one of the characters has in the story about not being able to create, so to speak, and which that didn't make any sense either, because there's a reason why you can't, and if you read the story, you'll figure that out. I'm not gonna divulge that unless you have no desire to read it and you want to know. You can ask me in the comments below. But yeah, there's a reason why your species does not create, and it's pretty damn obvious. Like I said, it was nicely written and described very well. It really puts you into the place, into the cities that they are visiting or that are mentioned in India. I've never been to India, and part of this story is the keying or transcribing of scrolls that were written during India's ancient history, like during the building of the Taj Mahal and things. And there were things about the Taj Mahal's building and its purpose that I was not aware of, because it's not something that I've ever researched or had any interest in, other than the fact that it's beautiful. So that was great to get that information, and the way that it's given to you as you're reading the story, since it's being transcribed, is through footnotes that the person who is transcribing the story makes as he's doing this job that he's been hired to do. I think Das took a lot of time and spent a lot of time focusing on how I can make this as unappealing as possible, yet still get an appealing story. And he did that, and it would have been even more appealing if not for the rape victim with Stockholm syndrome. So yeah, that's all that I'm going to say about this. I have not yet rated it on Goodreads. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. There were things about it that just made it not as enjoyable for me as it could have been. But yeah, that's all that I have for that. And I didn't want to have to edit this review, but since I'm at 9 minutes and probably a good minute and a half of that was repositioned in this damn webcam so that there was no glare, editing must take place later. It's not going to happen today because I need to go. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a good weekend whenever you see this video. Peace out.